going through it. What I like to tell people the shot process is like shooting a free throw, right? You see a basketball player come in, they dribble it a certain amount of times, they take a certain number of steps, and then they are executing, and they're also following through, just like we're doing while taking a shot. Whether you're in a tree stand, a saddle, you're on the ground, you're at a range, we need to make sure that we're going through that shot process every single time, and that prevents that buck fever or that nerve that you get once you see something that you're not familiar with, because you're going back to that shot process. You're going onto that free throw line. Regardless of what's happening in the stands or the woods, you're dialed into exactly what you've done over and over and over. You can also relate this to a deadlift and powerlifting. Is you're going up there, you're grabbing the bar, you're locking your feet in, you're having the same grip and pressing up, doing that deadlift over and over. That's how you set PRs. Shooting free throws over and over. That's how you have a high free throw percentage. And of course, when it comes to archery, there's going to be high stakes, especially when you're hunting. So we want to make sure that we're going through that shot process. Everyone's shot process is a little bit different. You want to make sure that you're building your own so you can understand. So the first time, I'm just going to go through the shot process. I'm going to speak it slowly to you. And then the second time that I'll shoot, I'll go a little bit quicker through it so you can kind of understand what it's like in real time. So first thing that I'm going to do, and the first thing that I say when it comes to my shot process, is feet. I make sure that my feet are square to the target. Second, I go grip. I want to make sure that I have a deep grip with a low wrist and have it light. Anchor. Making sure that I have a consistent anchor. Eclipse. Making sure that my peep and my sight are lined up and perfectly eclipsed. Two, or bubble. Making sure that I'm level. Three, I'm looking at the target. Looking at the target, I'm going to say, I am ready, and I'm going to keep pulling. I broke that shot a little bit early because I want to make sure that I'm really pulling with that elbow, pulling with that arm, releasing it. And as Donnie Vincent says, he's like, after that arrow goes, it's none of my business. So we're making sure that we're shooting, we're keep pulling it, and it's surprising me as we're breaking. As long as I'm looking at that target, as long as I'm looking at that hoop, that ball, that arrow is going to go into that right direction. So I'm always just looking, staring at the target. Once that pin's in there, I say I'm ready, and I keep on pulling. So next shot, I'm going to do this one a little bit faster. This is a little bit more of a real-time aspect of what I'm saying in my head or out loud when I'm shooting. I'm going to shoot at this target. It's 22 yards away. Feet, grip, anchor, eclipse, level. I'm ready. Keep pulling. That's a little bit quicker to my shot in general. Of course, when I'm not speaking it out loud, I'm going to go a little bit faster, and I'm going to be doing it in my head, and especially if there is an animal out in front of me. So this last shot, I'm just going to go through my entire shot process in my head, and I'll maybe even try to whisper it. Feet, grip, anchor, eclipse, level. I'm ready. All right, that's it. That's a little bit about the shot process. These are things that I wish I would have known.